Hey folks, what's going on? It's me, Andrew Westmoreland, back again with yet another stream. We have a lot going on today. A lot happened last night, and we have problems in America right now. We have a lot of problems. So we're going to get into that in just a little bit. Just starting out the stream, we're going to let a couple more people get in here. Looks like we got a little bit more viewers than normal. Well, I guess that's what the benefit is. If you schedule this some time in advance, people have time to pile in. So that's good. Again, like I said, we have a lot going on. So I have a lot of information preloaded here. So we're going to get into this in just a minute. Before I do that, I just wanted to check in on everyone to make sure everyone's doing okay today. So, hello, how are you? Let's see. Actually, there is something I needed to do with like a wired connection. My Wi-Fi is amazing, but it can't hurt to get this a little bit faster. So just give me 1 second. Of course, my mic is muted. So, this is what happened last night in San Francisco. This is the right on the entranceway, the point of entry on this Coast Guard island. This happened right here, where I'm circling. Somebody tried to run the military base gate with a U-Haul truck. If you don't know, it says military checkpoint up here. If you didn't know, this is highly illegal, and they can kill you for you trying to run a military checkpoint, especially with a box truck. Who knows what's in there? It could be explosives, it could be chemical agents, it could be nuclear. Why would you attack this tiny little island? That's not the point. The point is this is a federal military base, and it was attacked. There is a lot of speculation. I'm going to play this in the background. Can I loop this, actually? I'm going to keep the audio low on that one. There is a lot of speculation that this is far-left activists, Antifa type. You could hear the ricocheting. I'm going to mute it while we talk about it. I should be able to loop this. I guess that's on the app only. Oh, no, it's just auto looping. There we go. Okay, good. So, again, there's some speculation this is far left Antifa types that are doing this, that they were trying to do a penetration test, try to see how far they can go without, well, getting shot. They're testing the resolve and whatnot of what they're going to do here. Don't do this. Do not do this. Highly illegal. Very, very highly illegal. You will get shot. They will kill you. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Do not do this. Okay? So, again, we're looking at this stuff, and you have to sit here and you're asking yourself, what is the motivation of this? Why would you do this? Why would you try to run the gate to a military base? Well, ICE is there. ICE and other CBP, I think, was also there. And it was part of the initiative with Trump. Trump said in his press conference yesterday that he's working with the local mayor and government there in San Francisco to clean it up, because he was going to send the National Guard into San Francisco next. And they said, whoa, wait a minute. Actually, hey, just give us some time. We can clean this up ourselves. Okay. So this is where we're at. It's insanity. This is what we have to deal with. There's one quick thing I need to do, because I think it's jacking up. I'm looking in the wrong direction. Let's see if that fixed it. Come on, update. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. I don't know that this actually fixed it. So on my end, it looks like I'm looking the opposite direction of what's on the screen, and then I hit the mirror button, and it's just not. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. In fact, it just made it worse. So I apologize about that. I'm just going to continue. So again, there's a lot of speculation on what's happening here. Are these people doing a penetration test? Are they trying to figure out the weaknesses of this particular base so they can attack it? everyone knows that California is like the primary. It's the left wing area. It's like where the Democrat strongholds are and stuff like that. That's like where Antifa and stuff is based. It's in California, their main headquarters and all that stuff. It's very obvious what's happening here. So I have more, of course. Obviously, that was the big spicy part. Apparently, there's other angles of this, and more people were getting hit. Alameda, California, which is, again, it's right here. Alameda is over here. But, and then is that another base? Yeah. I think this is more military over there as well. So this is the Coast Guard Island. So again, military. But apparently more people, several people were hit.
Look at everybody running. Look at the doctor. Oh shit! Let me see.
I think it was rubber. Was it rubber? I don't fucking know. Hop in the car anyways. Let's find a car.
Who they just got the knocking? Let me see. Let me see. Nigga, fuck that. Let me see. It's Yogi, nigga.
Let me see. Let me see it. Let me see.
No, you did get hit.
Like he's more excited that
shot.
he got.
You're shot. Come on.
I don't know that I should be showing this.
I need my phone.
Hey, brother.
These
brother,
people are
look.
so
It's
stupid.
Yogi. I'm gonna look for your phone. Go. Hey, can you get me right to the hospital?
These people are so dumb.
Go to the hospital. Go, brother. I got you. I got you. Though.
My keys.
He just got shot by Ricochet. And his first thing is my phone, my keys. Bro. Seriously? I just, when I'm looking at this stuff, it's just like astonishing how stupid these people are. It's basically a running IQ test, right? So, yes, people are allowed to protest and all that stuff, but why? Because this is the cool event. This is what's something interesting to do. Most of these people don't know what's actually going on. They hear a little bit of snippet on something on social media. Some far left activist or propaganda says, this is one of the kidnap islands or something. So they all showed up. And then somebody tried to run the gate and they got shot. Like, seriously? All right, there's more. Let's get into the story. Police shoot at truck outside Coast Guard base during protest against San Francisco Bay Area immigration crackdown. Officers opened fire Thursday night at a vehicle backing into a line of Coast Guard and law enforcement personnel outside the U.S. Coast Guard base in Alameda, site of a day-long protest against what was originally planned as an immigration enforcement surge in the San Francisco Bay Area. I mean, it's obvious. We saw the video. They just hit the gas and sped towards them. And that's when they opened fire 20 to 30 rounds. Okay. Statement, the Coast Guard said approximately 10 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday, Coast Guard security personnel standing watch observed a vehicle driving erratically and attempting to back into the Coast Guard base, Alameda. They issued multiple verbal commands to stop the vehicle. The driver failed to comply. and proceeded to put the vehicle in reverse. When the vehicle's actions posed a direct threat to the safety of the Coast Guard and the security personnel, law enforcement officers discharged several rounds of live fire. No Coast Guard personnel were injured during the incident. So the video, to me, it looks very clear that it was law enforcement that was shooting, federal law enforcement. I don't believe this was Coast Guard shooting. This is primarily handguns, I believe. There might be rifles. It's hard for me to tell. I think this guy over here might have had a rifle. But the point is, the Coast Guard would have lit it up. They would have killed the driver. I mean, they're the military. That's just how this is, right? They would have killed them, for sure. They were lucky they got law enforcement and not the direct military shooting at them. Okay? So let's put that out there too. The driver fled the shooting, and it was unclear if anyone was hurt or detained in the incident. There is no immediate update from the police in Oakland. Of course not. All right. Let's see. Which one is this? All right. So this is a different part. This is what happened earlier in the day. I want to show you what led up to this. Okay. So again, for those that are just joining, this happened at Coast Guard Island in Alameda, which is right across the water from San Francisco. I believe this is in San Francisco Bay, if I'm correct. This is San Francisco Bay or San Francisco Bay up here. This is San Francisco Bay. All right, well, whatever. You can see how close it is to San Francisco. There's Oakland, Berkeley. All of this took place right here on this Coast Guard Island bridge, right here at the checkpoint. They created like a barricade or whatever. They were blocking it off, and then that's when the truck came. They backed up and they shot. So there was people in this parking lot. Obviously, that's where people were getting shot and people were hanging out over here, and then on the side of the street over here. Yeah. So I want to show you what led up to all of this, obviously, because it just didn't just happen in a void. This started early in the morning. Remember, this is West Coast time, so you're seeing these timestamps. They're going to show East Coast time because that's where I am. So again, this was yesterday. This started at 9:38 Eastern time. Every one of us. They started showing up.
We can say no. The ice on the concentration we can all say no to ice. We all have a role to play. Each and every one of us.
Do you notice what they're doing?
We all have a role. Each and every one of us.
Do you notice what they're doing? Like, as soon as vehicles are trying to get in there, oh, let's go ahead and just start. Oh, we got to cross the street right now. It's like, we know what you're doing, dude. You're clearly trying to block the intersection. Okay. Very clearly.
We can all say no to ice. We all have a role to play. Each and every one of us. That was crazy.
Like, you see what they're doing. So they're clearly just being assholes. They're agitators. This isn't a protest. You're being fucking annoying. And then it started ramping up. Let's see, that was what, 38. This is roughly 30 minutes later. The crowds are growing, and then this is what they're doing. They're just continuously walking back and forth, trying to block traffic in front of this military base. The sign says Oakland stands united against hate. What's hateful about enforcing the law? It's like these people are. The movies always talked about the zombie hordes, right? The movies and the TV shows. It was just the zombies. These are zombies right here. They're aimlessly walking around doing nothing productive. This isn't helping anything. All this does is piss people off.
But basically,
Like it does nothing. Okay, so it keeps escalating. Okay, now the sun came up 10. They're getting angry and violent. Oh, there it goes. Flashback. Okay. And that was 10:52 yesterday. And then it's like jumping into a night. Hold on, let me see if I can find something else. Mission local. 10:52. It's insane, man. This is like absolutely insane. Is this the one we just looked at? No. Maybe worse or no? No, that was the same one. Okay. Okay, so I do have this, I believe. Yeah, so I'll get to that in a minute. Okay. It started escalating again. This is when let's see if there's the original video of it. Of course, everyone's talking shit. There is a video somewhere. I didn't have it immediately. They're claiming this guy is a pastor or a member of clergy. They keep doing this thing, right?
All right, does anybody have a bottle of water?
Yes, water.
Okay, can you bring it back?
One might just like you've asked. The person that said they had asthma. Are they?
So again, this is one of these things. CBP, ICE, border. It doesn't matter. Federal law enforcement hit him in the face with a chemical irritant because he was one of the agitators. And he's in some kind of priestly clergy outfit. Whether or not he is actual clergy, we can find that out in a second. I had it. His name was... I have that in another... Is it this one? No, this is my other thread that we're going to get into. Hold on, let me cycle through my tabs. Okay, yeah, that's a different one. Where did he go? I forgot his name already. Okay. I had that prepared and I must have lost it. But the guy was a member of clergy. He was from some United something Church of Christ, which is a Democrat far left church. They are one of those hyper inclusive types of churches where they do like the hyper support for illegal immigration and basically all the Democrat causes. That's what they do. So of course they keep doing this thing. This is the new trend. We're going to have these members of clergy from these fake churches that actually don't follow the Bible. And they go up there and then they intentionally instigate and harass for hours until they finally get hit with pepper spray or an arrest or being bagged or something like that. And then the fake media, the far left Antifa, Democrat operative media, they'll be like, oh my gosh, oh no, they've attacked a member of clergy, these monsters, these animals. This is unconscionable. That's what they do. It's all fake. All right, so this one was posted at 9:27. I don't know. So this would be like what, 6:30? Local time. So that's what led up to this. That's what led up to the shooting, which I will show again for anyone who's just now joining. Absolutely insane. It was an entire day of agitation and at this military checkpoint in front of the Coast Guard base. Again, multiple people were hit. So, to me, this is really simple. President Trump, you or any of your people on your staff possibly could hear this. I doubt you will, but I implore you to invoke the Insurrection Act. You absolutely have to go into these Democrat stronghold areas and you have to arrest all of these people. Use whatever military sources, assets that you need to do this because our country is under attack. This is domestic terrorism. This isn't a protest. This isn't cute. This isn't funny. This isn't civil disobedience. What you see on this screen right now, this is an attack against this country. They are attacking a U.S. military base. Now, I agree with these officers. Of course, you open fire. This is a direct threat. You don't know if there's a bomb in there. You don't know what's in that vehicle. You don't know if this is like a European style Islamic attack where they're just trying to run over people. We don't know. Okay. The point is, what you see in that video is an attack against this country. It has to be stopped immediately because it's making you, President Trump, it makes you look weak. It makes you look weak that you are not doing enough. You are letting these people run through you like a bitch. How many more of these incidents have to happen before you take actual action? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm happy that, President Trump has been doing other things to try and, clamp down and try to stop and try to fix situations. I understand that. But this is like above and beyond. He's so concerned with optics that this keeps happening. It's only going to get worse. You think this is the last time you're going to see this? No, this is not going to be the last time you see this. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. This isn't going to get better until we start arresting these radical extremists. And the other problem that I keep trying to explain to people is 5 years ago, even just 5 years ago, stuff like this would have been purely Antifa. Antifa probably wouldn't even do stuff like this. But this is how radicalized everyone is. Because all layers of law enforcement haven't been doing their job. The local, the state, the federal. They should have been arresting and shutting down all these social media accounts that have been putting out these videos directly calling for violence. They should have shut that shit down years ago. And now what's happening is that this is just common talk. If you go in any Democrat circles, any online spaces with Democrats and left-wing people, they're just openly talking about killing ICE agents, assassinating Trump, and doing all these other horrific, illegal, terrible things that would destroy this country. I'm surprised an ICE agent hasn't been shot, hasn't been killed already. This is completely unacceptable. And again, here we are. Why are we letting this happen? Why is Trump letting this happen? It's not acceptable. All right. So I think I've beaten that point to death for the last 30 minutes. Okay. But why are we okay? That's a better one. Give me 1 second. Let's transition to the next one. So we're gonna still keep on this theme. What is this? It's a little loud. There you go. All right. I am going to close this down, and then we're going to bring up more immigration stuff because this is the hot story. This is as hot as it gets, apparently. You should still be able to hear this. Okay, so if you didn't hear the other day, there's this little goblin troll dude who's supposedly blind or something. He got arrested, and it was like the activists were like, "They're arresting this blind, disabled man." It's like, okay, yeah, he's blind and disabled, sure. He's clearly a riotous activist. He's wearing a yellow vest, and he laid out in front of the ICE facility in Chicago, or I'm sorry, the Portland facility, and laid out in front of the driveway. And then they came and arrested him, and they acted like, "Oh my gosh, it's the end of the world."
There's nothing in my socks, dumbass. My feet are too small. The fuck do you think I'm gonna put in there? God, you guys are fucking dumb. What? Hey, what? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me, nigger.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that. That's a hard R. Wow. I'm actually curious. Yeah, here it is. Blind protester dragged, detained by feds, say agents picked the weakest person they could find. Like, this is just pure propaganda. Pure propaganda. Oh, here he is. This is fantastic. This is why. Oh my God. Whoever's running this Homeland Security account, chef's kiss. That little goblin troll who got arrested.
Wait.
Look at him fighting them, pushing against them.
You just hit me.
Keep him back.
Don't you tell me what to do. You fucking.
I'm changing or clicking the audio on and off because they're playing music in the background. That's cool. We'll shut down the screen if we don't. The point is, you can see the little goblin troll.
Somebody killed you guys. We should they do. We should get on the
wow.
freedom. You have no idea how much I'm going to beat the fucking shit out of you.
Oh my, what is this? Look at this dude. He's got a teddy bear and a binky. Bro. We have to reopen these asylums. Like, I know that's like a meme, but come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Let me help him.
This is ridiculous. Dude, just OC spray all of them. Get those huge giant canisters and just hose them all down. I can't. Like, I can't. I have been following this shit for 10 years. It's been more than 10 years. At first, I was on the side of these people. I considered myself on the left. And then I just noticed how sick, evil, and deranged they were. This is not normal behavior. These people need to be locked up. And then you got the violent militant type.
And kind of plain evil, honestly.
Yeah, that's good.
Look, there he goes. He laid down in front of it, which he laid down on the line where the vehicles go. So they came and picked his ass up.
Okay, calm down. Calm down.
There's nothing in my socks, dumbass. My feet are too small. The fuck do you think I'm gonna put in there? God, you guys are fucking dumb. What? Hey, what? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me, nigger.
I just, you know.
Yeah, that's right. By my hands. Come on.
I mean, it's just one of these things like these people are sick. Lock them up. Do not feel sorry for them. Please stop feeling sorry for these people. I beg you. I implore you. This whole toxic sympathy, toxic empathy, suicidal empathy, and suicidal sympathy has to end. These people are not right in the head. They're fucked in the head, actually. All right, let's look at this one. So people were, again, they're lying. They're lying as usual. Okay. They're claiming that they're just grabbing random people and doing a stop and frisk. That's not what happened, and I'll show you why.
Go, 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 get the wall.
New York, New York.
You can film, you can film.
I'm not doing nothing. He asked so many questions. What's up? I'm from Brooklyn. Brooklyn, Brooklyn.
Just give the officers some space.
I'm from Brooklyn. I'm not doing nothing. Yeah, I'm born here. Kings County Hospital, Brooklyn. I'm born here. I'm born here. Brooklyn, baby.
Huh. Do you notice how interesting the person who is filming this, or they cropped it, how convenient. Let's back it up. Oh, what's that right there? Huh. What is that on the ground? Oh, look, they're trying to cut it off and block it. You see that?
I'm born here. Brooklyn, baby.
Uh-huh.
Look, yo, listen. They asked me for ID. I didn't show them no ID. They cuffed me. That was it.
And then how did they take the cuffs off? What
They
did
just the one guy came and he said, just take the cuffs off of it. I didn't show them anything.
I don't believe you. I don't. Here's the thing, man. We're in this time and place when extreme times call for extreme measures. We can't be under siege, like we're under attack, the enemy hordes are, they've bust down the gates. They're inside of the city walls. And you're going to be like, hey, but my rights, my rights are more important than the survival of this city and our civilization. It's like, no, sometimes they're going to get things wrong. Sometimes there's going to be mistakes. And I'm willing to live with that because we have to do this. We are not going to just let these people take over our country. Absolutely not. All right, here's another one that's related. This was a No Kings protester, Caitlin Bennett, independent journalist, conservative journalist. Isn't she's part of being
land from the Native Americans.
We didn't steal
This
anything.
is their land. Yes, we did.
Then why are you here?
Yes, we did.
Then you should leave.
I was brought here by my ancestors, unfortunately.
You can go back.
And guess what? No, I can't.
We will set up a GoFundMe for you.
I cannot. No, you cannot get a citizenship outside of the U.S. In another country unless you have bloodline ties.
You don't have to stay
Trust
on
me,
this
when
stolen
my oldest
land.
graduates, we're leaving.
Where are you going?
Probably Germany because that's where my bloodline comes.
That's where your bloodline comes from?
And that's the only place I can get
very
to.
good, very
Yep,
good.
that's not
You
here.
would choose to go to Germany.
I would choose
no
for-
kings, no dictators.
I would choose for
But
free
my
healthcare.
bloodline
I
comes
would
from
choose
Germany,
for-
and I want to go back to Germany. You want to talk about this land being stolen? You know what happened in Germany, man?
You know
You
what?
want to be on that land?
Because-
Up to you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You want to be on that land? That's okay. You know what they did to Jews there? That's your descendants? That's up to you.
Apologizing to the Germans.
The Germans are the victims.
The Germans are the ones who recognize the issues that the Jews had with other people and the entitlement that they had with their religion. And so now they're committing genocide in order to grant land grab, just like the United States did.
She said we should be apologizing to Germany. I've never seen a Hitler apologist before in my life. Anything else you want to say?
Where they came from instead of taking over a land that didn't belong to them and murdering people en masse.
Ma'am, you could leave the country right now.
And I'm leaving the country in December.
Leave right now. I'll fund it for you. Why would you stand here in stolen land like this? How dare you?
Because I have no opportunity to go until my kids graduate from high school.
Click the like button if you would fund a ticket for her. We could even set up a donation
I
link.
need multiple tickets. I have a family. Thank you.
Yeah, we could fund all of that for you. So message me on Instagram. We're going to set up a GoFundMe. We'll get
You notice how her energy, she's deflated. She's just like, somebody's calling me out. But yeah. So what had happened was I just actually want to wave the sign around, woo, and I want to talk loud and I want to talk that crap, but somebody's trying to actually buy me a ticket to Germany. Well, I don't know that I actually want to do that because
you as many tickets as you need so you do not have to be here on this stolen land, okay? As I was walking away, she said, "You're in a fascist cult." I'm not the one saying we should apologize to Germany because people are, saying terrible things about what they did years ago. So, that's her bloodline. Respect if that's her bloodline and where she comes from. At least she's respecting her family and stuff. So, I can't blame her too much. She respects her ancestors, and how dare people just be so mean to those Nazis? I can't believe it. Her grandpa was probably so upset with the things they were calling him.
wow. I'm trying to find this. Liberty Hangout. Yeah. She's with Liberty Hangout. Okay. I'm looking at their website. So I think she was one of those ones they were, again, I'm always really skeptical of these anonymous accounts.
The white man came over to America and stole
She got doxxed and she just all right, I guess we're going to just be out. This happened a couple days ago, but again, this is one of these anonymous accounts, and all they do is put out pro left-wing propaganda, anti-conservative, anti-democrat, anti-Trump propaganda.
You're under arrest for making a
I never said a threat. I never said anything. I never said anything. I never said anything.
You got her, man. Hey.
I want you to let me go.
Let's go. You can record. Just back up. Thank you.
I will if you let me go.
Not resisting. You got the, what are you doing?
You're under arrest for making
No, I'm not.
I mean, they act like these people are just being arrested for no reason, and it's bullshit. It's always bullshit. Where's the beginning of the clip? Because this is what they do. They'll clip these long streams and these long videos and only show this one part where they can manipulate and say, oh, they just attacked her. No, they didn't. You're a lying motherfucker is what you are. This is absolutely horrific. Cam Higbee, he said he captured the flag in Portland. This is absolutely terrifying. Let me see. Can I make this any bigger? I don't think so. That just made it smaller. Of course, it always happens that way. I hate the UI on these websites. This is basically a flyer, a briefing poster for the far left protesters, rioters, and this is for Portland. This looks like a, I want to say semi-professionally done. Maybe not. The margins are kind of off. Maybe somebody made this at home. But anyway, you can see that they have all these different conservative live streamers that make their way out into the streets from time to time. And they have it on here as if, like, it's a bolo. It says it right here. It's a bolo. And they call them far-right content creators. I don't know most of these people. Maybe they are far-right. I doubt it, but maybe they are. I know a couple of them, like Kate or Katie. I can't even see this because it's so zoomed out. And then Nick Shirley. Well, Nick is almost damn near neutral. And the point is, this is like scary stuff, man. They're targeting people, and we should be really concerned. This is a graphic was done by Hex Castley. He should probably be investigated. Probably. Well, here it is. They posted it online. Most of their accounts are not private. Blah, blah, blah. It's beyond stupid. These people put social handles on anything. Yeah, they're pretty dumb, yeah. But here we go. Just wow. Wow, this is so fuzzy. Okay. Let's see. This is another one that I want to talk about. It's pretty brief as well, but it just shows a concerning trend that people, they've completely lost their minds. Why would you do this?
Damn, exposed. Don't worry about it. You got the gun. Don't worry about it. Nobody's training. You got the gun, brother. Yeah, you got the gun, right? It is, bro. Especially when you got that badge on. Yeah. Gun. Don't worry about it.
They're pulling up on ICE agents, border, whatever they are. It doesn't matter. They're federal law enforcement. They're pulling up on their vehicle, recording them and calling them out and driving erratically and all this other stuff around them. This never would happen in the past. This just wasn't a thing. Very rarely. There would be certain neighborhoods, maybe you might have something like this. But this is just everywhere now. And they're posting it online because it's like cute, it's funny, it's, you know, that's what they do right now. And I'm telling you, this doesn't get any better anytime soon. Like Trump has to clamp down on this. There's just no way. You can't continue to do this and to let people get away with this crap. It's gonna get worse. Of course, it's gonna get worse. It's definitely gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse.
Nobody's training. You got the gun, brother. Yeah, you got the gun, right? It is, bro. Especially when you got that badge on. Yeah. Yeah.
So I made a prediction. Some time ago, and I said things are going to get so bad where regular citizens are going to be deputized to be able to do things that we never thought possible. ICE are getting massive signing bonuses. You get some of your college debt. Sometimes all of it potentially could be erased. They just delete it. Massive benefits, massive salaries for people that are joining. Who do you think they're attracting for that? Obviously, we have a major problem in this country right now. So what you're going to get initially is going to be people who obviously they're true believers. You're going to get the people who say, you know what, I'm young, I'm fit, I want to serve my country, and I am going to, you know, I want to be an ICE agent. You're also going to attract people who might be a little more radicalized because of what's happening right now. Oh, and I get paid to do what I want and you know, push my agenda. How do you think this ends? Okay. And it's not saying I of course I support what they're doing, but what do you think starts to happen? It's going to get when it gets worse, when they start getting shot, when people start running them over, you know, things like that. The riots are tearing ICE officers, ICE agents apart. What do you think is going to start happening then? Well, of course, they're going to use increasingly more and more violence back towards the public, towards the people that are attacking them. And again, you have that, of course, there is this more militant, radicalized element of the new recruits coming in, because again, like I said, they're true believers. They're down with the cause. You're creating this perfect scenario where they're going to be on a hair trigger. And what if you are a legitimate journalist and you're like, oh, it's an ICE agent, and you pull out a phone real quick, bang, you're dead. They kill you. Oh, well, you know, our particular unit just 3 hours ago actually took fire from somebody who, again, they just like pulled up on us and like, oh, it was actually a gun they pulled out and started shooting at us. So now we're on a hair trigger. And then the person who's just a journalist or just a regular citizen, like, oh, this could be cool. I want to show my friends and family this is what's happening, which is your right to do. And now they're dead. And that's what I'm saying is like this stuff escalates very quickly and people do not understand how this stuff can transgress over time, how this stuff evolves over time. So I'm just, people think this stuff is like fun and games. They're going to get killed and it's only going to get worse. This is not even the beginning. Y'all have no clue what's about to go down. I've been saying for years, you know, this is cause and effect. Action, reaction. And now we're getting to this point where we're right there on that cliff and we've been going over the edge and now we're in free fall. it's going to get exponentially faster. All these new things that keep happening, these new events, it's going to get worse and worse, and it's going to keep escalating. And then you're going to see Trump. You're going to see the government have to do a violent and brutal snapback. Because if we don't, we run the risk of completely losing the country to these far left radicals, and they'll just take over the government, because we're not far away from that. I know a lot of people just, they don't think that stuff is possible. And, that only happens in movies. Well, that only happens overseas. It's like, well, you have regular citizens throwing bricks and rocks at federal agents in the streets because they think that they are Nazi-like Gestapo, snatching random people up and torturing them, executing them, deporting them, whatever. The story changes every 3 hours. They don't even know what they're believing in. So you want me to believe that this ever escalating situation where there are hundreds of thousands of people from any given time in the streets protesting the federal government, doing their job to enforce the basic laws of this country that, mind you, the plurality of citizens voted for in the 2024 election. You're trying to convince me that there isn't going to be some kind of a civil war or some kind of uprising or insurrection? It's happening right now. It's happening right now. So again, I just want people to understand that the severity of this situation you need to start making those preparations. Like I've said forever, start making your preparations, start trying to figure out your basic security plans. If you're in a state where you have, actual gun laws that make sense, get yourself a firearm legally, train with it, learn how to be safe with it. And you need to be able to defend yourself. You also need to get yourself plenty of food and water, store it up, have some extra supplies. I sure the hell do. I don't have nearly enough what I want. I am in a pretty good location. I have a power plant that is about not even probably 2 miles down the street. I have water sources that are like 5 minutes away, fresh water sources. I have fruit trees. I'm right here on the edge of the woods. There's constantly deer and turkey. I think we'll be fine. I'll be fine. For y'all in the cities, you need to be more concerned because this stuff spreads, right? You'll always have these little pockets of, strange notification. You'll always have these little pockets of violence and stuff that spring up. But you don't know. Like, you could be going out to the market, you could be going out to the movies, you can be going to your bodega, whatever, and then all of a sudden you're caught in these riots that just came out of nowhere. You don't necessarily follow the news. You're just trying to live your life, and now you're stuck in the middle of a riot and you can't get back to your apartment. And then now, because it's open rebellion, they're actually shooting at you, at whoever, anyone in the streets. They're shooting at the law enforcement, the military, whoever, and then they're shooting at you. They don't know who's who. It's been deemed, it's beyond unlawful assembly. Now they're saying this is open rebellion. Well, that's, all bets are off. They can kill you. You need to be aware of the risk of what's happening in this country, and you need to prepare yourself. Obviously, everyone can't move out of the cities, and most of y'all don't want to, those that live there. You need to get out of liberal states if you can. There's still time left. I did. You know, I moved out of Virginia, and it's crazy because Virginia is entirely conservative. Like when you look on a demographic map, it's oh my God, it's so frustrating when I look at these things. And they're like, well, the population that votes for it is all centralized in 2 fucking cities. Yet here we are, you know, 95% of the state is Republican, but yet the Democrats rule the entire state. It's this has to stop, man. This has to stop. You can't have these tiny little jurisdictions running everything else. It's like the Hunger Games. You have the Capitol running all 13 districts. Well, they blew up the 13th district, but you know, you get the point. You get the reference. So people need to be safe. They need to take this stuff seriously. All right, I want to move on to another segment, and then we'll get into the free for all. Whatever pops up, pops up. All right, so let's talk about the White House ballroom and construction. This has become a thing again. I've been talking about it for like 3 streams in a row. This is the 3rd stream. The story does keep changing, which I'm a little concerned with, because initially we said, oh, they're just going to tear down part of the East Wing. It's completely demolished. I didn't know that they're going to demolish the entire East Wing.
This morning, the historic 120-year-old East Wing of the White House reduced to rubble. Satellite images show the dramatic transformation from less than 1 month ago to now. Along with the building, at least 6 trees have been taken down, including 2 magnolias commemorated to Presidents Warren Harding and Franklin Roosevelt, all to make room for President Trump's 90,000-square-foot ballroom. This rendering shows how the ballroom will look when completed, much larger than the White House residence.
I think there'll be nothing like it.
ABC News has learned the White House...
I'm looking at this, and see, now I'm concerned. I didn't realize it was going to be like this.
House has required some construction workers to sign non-disclosure agreements, officials calling it standard practice, given the security of the White House. The Trump administration has still not submitted plans to the National Capital Planning Commission, but insists all historical artifacts from the East Wing are safely being preserved. Still more critics are speaking out. Chelsea Clinton in a USA Today op-ed writes, President Trump has the right to pave over the Rose Garden and denude it of roses, as well as turn the East Wing into a ballroom. Still, it is unsettling that such substantial alterations are being undertaken without a historic preservation review. The president says the ballroom, expected to cost $300 million, will be funded by private donations and his own money.
How much am I donating?
So... Again, I'm looking at this. I'm like, man, I don't know, man. I'm not really a big fan of this anymore. I'm really not. Like, if you're going to say you're going to build vertically or do something like that, sure. But, I mean, you completely destroyed the East Wing, man. That's just, including the hallways and stuff leading to it. I'm like, I don't know, bro. This is a little...
I won't be able to tell you until I finish, but I'll donate whatever's needed, I'll tell you that.
The demolition unfolding as we enter day 24 of the government shutdown. Today, more than 500,000 federal workers are set to miss their first full paycheck. And next week, air traffic controllers will miss their first paychecks, raising concern about sick calls that could lead to widespread flight delays.
I can't guarantee you that your flight's going to be on time. I can't guarantee you that your flight's not going to be canceled.
The Senate Democrat...
Yeah, so when it comes to the shutdown, I mean, well, who's to blame? Everyone's pointing the finger at everyone else, right? But you can objectively look at this and say, well, who is voting to keep the government open? Well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean voting to keep it open or to reopen it? Well, Democrats are voting yes to these proposals, and they're saying, "Well, we're voting yes." What they're not saying is that they're putting completely outrageous things inside of this law, the funding law, funding bill, where they're trying to give more outrageous benefits to illegal immigrants, including healthcare, housing, and food assistance to illegal immigrants. And they're holding the entire federal government hostage, not to mention all of the industries that it affects, just like, the air industry.
Democrats
Air
yesterday
travel
rejecting a Republican bill that would have provided pay to some federal workers during the shutdown.
Democrats are offering two solutions that actually include all of our federal employees, not just the ones the president picks and chooses.
Another major concern.
Again, and he's got that little smug fucking smirk on his mouth. Can't stand that fucker. Oh my God. Like, they're so incredibly frustrating. It's just like, bro, it's y'all who are doing this.
Another major concern, food assistance money about to run out for millions of Americans. Political reports, at least 25 states are expected to stop paying benefits for SNAP or food stamps beginning November 1st due to the lack of federal funds during the shutdown. 1 week from tomorrow.
Yeah, and the thing about that too is we have created this culture of dependence, this culture of dependency. Why are all of these people, millions of people, living years and years and years on food stamps? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Okay. Quarter Black Garrett. What is this? A ballroom for ants? Because it's so. I'm looking at this now, and I don't like this. I don't. I mean, this is just weird. Like, I'm a big fan of symmetry. And I'm like, this is just weird, bro. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Let's see. What time is it? Okay, so I'm going to take a quick break. I have to go grab something. I am going to put on... Hold on. There it is. Of course. Of course I'm talking and my thing is muted. Attorney General. New York Attorney General Letitia James pleads not guilty in federal bank fraud case. She's been indicted. Norfolk. Okay. That's where I just moved from. New York Attorney General Letitia James. Letitia? I know her name is Letitia James, but I think it's Letitia. Anyway, a longtime political foe of President Donald Trump, who previously sued him for making misleading statements to banks, pleaded not guilty Friday in federal court to bank fraud charges. James entered a plea herself shortly after the arraignment began before U.S. District Judge Jamar K. Walker. The judge set a trial date of January 26 and estimated it would take about 5 days. She was released on her own recognizance, so she was arrested. Wow. Let's see. Court proceedings, personal. Lindsay Halligan, Trump's former personal lawyer. Yeah, so that's the thing is, it's so strange. Apparently, this lady has no prosecutorial experience, and she's like a junior lawyer. Like, why is the DOJ, why is Trump putting her in charge of this case? It doesn't make any sense. It's almost like they want it to fail. I don't know. Anyway, James's attorney said that they plan to argue the case against her should be tossed out because it's a selective and vindictive prosecution. The judge scheduled a hearing for the claim December 5th. James was greeted by cheering supporters as she left the courthouse. Of course she did. Googly-eyed. This is not about me. This is about all of us in a justice system which has been weaponized and used as a tool of revenge against individuals who simply did their job. This is complete bullshit. What she did against Trump, love Trump, hate Trump, what she did against Trump has never before happened in the history of this country. They made up bullshit charges that, again, to our knowledge, to the public's knowledge, we don't even know specifically what Trump was tried and convicted of. We do not know. We have the general charges, the general convictions, but we don't actually have the substance of the arguments. It was all secret. Secret charges that, to my knowledge, weren't even read in court. Absolutely insane. If anyone has weaponized the justice system, it's been Letitia James. James was charged with 1 count of bank fraud and 1 count of making false statements to a financial institution. The indictment alleges she falsely claimed that a home in Norfolk, Virginia, was her second residence, allowing her to obtain favorable loan terms, that she rented the property, and that she rented the property to a family of 3. Again, it is just one of these things. It's like, yeah, you have to go after these people. They're lying scumbags, and the charges have to make sense. If you're going to go after politicians and stuff like that, the charges need to make sense. It's really that simple. Do the charges make sense? If they don't, well, shouldn't be doing them then. Okay. Let's see, what else do we got going on here? I also would like to look at, what is this? There you go. Put a poll in chat and on YouTube. See what else is going on. Let's see. Is there anything going on that anyone wants to talk about? Hello, Miss Red Badger. I haven't seen you in a while. Let's see. I'm trying to find if there's anything else going on that I need to talk about. Trying to keep these streams under 2 hours, and I am at 1 hour and 21 minutes. So, here's the video I was looking for. Of course, as soon as I randomly open Twitter back up, that's when they shot the supposed pastor or member of clergy with a chemical irritant. I mean, they're blocking the road, so they're acting like this didn't happen for a reason. It's like you're blocking the road. And they're trying to move vehicles, so yeah, you're gonna get hit. It's really that simple. It's not complicated at all. All right, let's see. U.S. shutdown reaches 24th day. That was 20 hours ago, so we're on the 25th day. Cool. Trying to see what's going on in the news. There's always a lot. Don't care about sports. I mean, everything is about basically ice. But I'm telling you, the shooting that happened with the Coast Guard officers is, I mean, I'm telling you, once the Insurrection Act is enacted, is activated, it's a wrap. I mean, they're just going to arrest everybody. They're just going to go in and arrest everybody in the crowd. It doesn't matter if you have a camera or not. You're going to be detained, and they're going to very slowly process them and figure out who's who. Are you an actual journalist, or are you one of these fake journalists who's actually just an activist, an Antifa, a Democrat operative? Because they find out that you're actually one of these people that's been instigating and doing low-level terrorism. You know, protesting is protected, but what they've been doing is not protesting. It becomes criminal at a certain point when you're blocking federal law enforcement from being able to do their jobs. That's not protected. All right, I'm not saying anything super interesting that I want to talk about. All right, we're just going to do the thing that I do sometimes, and we're just going to start scrolling through Twitter. Hmm. It's just so dumb. Okay, let me put this on screen. This is one of these things. It's like, I was kind of alluding to this. I don't think this is true at all. Like, who is this? Uh-huh. You have BLM in your... Okay. All right. Whatever. Allegedly, he's claiming that several new ICE agents, ICE recruits, several can mean 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't mean a lot. Claiming they've been sent to training without background checks. Many of the new recruits have serious criminal histories, including arrests for assault and battery. Your thoughts? I don't know. I need proof. How about that? My thoughts are that you need to provide proof and evidence of such a massive claim. That's my thoughts. Uh-huh, you had a kid. Congratulations, we need more babies. All right, I get it. All right. I'm gonna be honest, I keep looking at it and it's weird. This is really weird to me. I don't understand. Like, I understand making a ballroom. I didn't realize you're gonna destroy the entire East Wing, including all the way up into the main building of the White House. It's just so weird. And then you're going to make it this huge, giant thing that dwarfs. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's just really weird to me. Let's check on chat. Okay, nothing going on. All right, let's keep going. Okay. Chelsea Clinton, they're they're wrecking the people's house. I mean, I don't even care anymore. What is this?
Hook and be over with. He can fall. Hey, push him here. Push him here. Push him here.
Seriously, throw him in the...
It's wide open. It's wide open. Yeah, bro. Son, come on.
Are they seriously retreating? Law and... See, I don't know what's happening down here. Hold on, let me take this off screen. You never know what you're scrolling on Twitter.
Booty. With the Hilera booty lifting tummy control leggings. Oh, just wait. Just wait. Holy bahonka honk. Are you serious right now?
So she's a mom, clearly
booty lifting.
A mom, and I don't know why people do this to themselves, why they would put this online, but she's in her underwear and she's, saggy, got some folds and stuff, clearly had a couple kids, and she's putting on these leggings. I prefer not to show this on stream. It's not graphic. It's just not necessary to show. Anyway, she's wearing these leggings and it's shaping her better. It's not really a story to me, but they're obsessed. Democrats are obsessed. I mean, I get it. It's a 120-year-old thing, but Covington, Kentucky. He broke a woman's arm during arrest. Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but I think we were like legitimately lied to about this project. I thought that they were going to basically break off a wall on the edge of the East Wing, and then they were gonna like expand it and just add to it. I didn't know that they were gonna just tear down the entire East Wing of the White House. It's not a good look. I'm gonna be honest. You know, of all the other things that we have going on, ugh. The Broadview Ice Cream. So I obviously didn't grow up in the hippie era, the flower power era, flower child and all that crap. But I kind of miss that demographic when they were like non-violent and they would do this stuff and it was really annoying, but they didn't like kill people or riot and stuff. Can we go back to that era? I mean, this is annoying. And of course, they have people who can't sing. She has a collar, a priest collar on. Several of them do. Oh. So they're part of that far left, supposedly Christian thing. I know this is really rude of me, but hold on one second. I have to pull this up. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but yeah, Timothy 1:2-12. I do not permit a woman to teach or to exercise authority over a man. Rather, she is to remain silent. Where is it? Timothy. A lot of people interpret that women should not be pastors or priests. Of course, my grandmother is a pastor, so don't tell her I said that. But the thing about it is, there is a reason for everything. I know, like, when you say stuff out loud, it's just like, oh my gosh, that's shocking. Like, why would you say that? And that sounds terrible. And it's not meant to be offensive. It's not. But think of it. There's reasons for everything. And this isn't the Bible hour, but I'm being serious here. When you look at this and then you see these women pastors, they're far leftists. They are hyper emotional, hyper empathy, hyper compassion, that sort of thing. But their actions, the things they advocate for, is destruction and chaos, right? So when you look at this looks like peaceful, right? Oh, they're just singing. It's kumbaya. Oh, that's cute. They're just singing, clapping. They're having a good time, right? But the things they advocate for is open borders. Anyone from anywhere around the world should be allowed to come here and in this country and live here. And they get unfettered access to all of our resources and all that stuff. This is what they're advocating for. That's what they're advocating for. And when we do that, there's consequences to that, right? We don't have unlimited resources. It's not like we can just say, everybody can come here just like they advocate for, because again, we don't have the space, we don't have the resources, we don't have all the housing for all these people, we don't have the infrastructure in place to just import the entire world. 6-7 billion people can't just come into America. That's not how that works. And then it makes America the rest, the conditions of the rest of the world. You don't want that, right? You want these people to slowly come in, if you want it at all. A lot of people are against immigration at this point. I don't blame them. But the idea was they would slowly come here and they would assimilate and they'd become American with us. That's not what they're doing anymore. And notice how most of these people are white females and boomers. Because actual brown people, non-white people, they don't do this crap. This is like white privilege. You have a significant amount of money. You're on a pension, a retirement. We don't have time for that shit. We're going out and we're working, and then when we come home, we don't have time to do this shit because we want to spend time with our friends and family. I'm bored and white. I'm bored, white, and liberal. It's so frustrating, man. I'm really curious what Broadview where? Uh-huh. Do I really need to answer this question? I think everyone in chat already knows the answer. I think it's really obvious. You decide, chat. Sydney Sweeney or Taylor Swift? Which one would you prefer? Okay, this is a troll. Really? Why would anyone want this cave woman fetal alcohol syndrome looking? Excuse me. Uh-huh.
See?
Why is it so it's overcooked?
Yep.
You see it's Wagyu? It's not pink at all.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I
let it rest.
Maybe a little pink.
Whoa, you did that, bro.
Oh, that's perfect. You don't have no red.
There's a little bit of red right here.
No red.
Sorry.
No, that's great.
You're supposed to have. What do you mean?
See?
Wait. You're supposed to have red in a steak. You're not supposed to have it well done. Like, this is burnt.
Yep.
Ugh, so gross, man. That's just nasty. People are trying to go to the gas station and they're like blocking people's cars. Now you start touching my vehicle and we're gonna have problems. We need a national moratorium, and we need to have a law that says any group of people that crowd your vehicle like this is a mob intimidation attack, and you can use any force as you deem necessary, up to and including deadly force, to leave the situation. Florida has a law like this. You can literally run these people over. Now, me personally, I would prefer that we don't have to use deadly force, but I'm sorry you touch my vehicle that I spend a lot of fucking money on, and we're going to have problems. I guarantee you my OC spray is coming out. Y'all are going to be screaming and burning. At the very least. If you start damaging my vehicle, well, I won't say that publicly on stream. We'll leave it there. The Democrats are obsessed. Like, I understand it looks bad, right? It looks bad. But they also need to be focusing on this government shutdown. Like, why haven't y'all fixed that, Democrats? Okay, you're throwing tear gas into the crowds of agitators that won't get out of the way. Is this happening today, or was this from last night? Because remember, they just had that shooting.
Back up, back up, back up, back up. Hey, back up. Leave them alone. They're not doing anything. Don't touch them. Don't touch them.
I can't keep dealing with. I'm telling, like, every time I hear these screaming, screeching women, it's like nails on a chalkboard, and they run up to the police with their phones. Hey, don't you do that? No, what are you doing? You can't do that. Don't do that, bro. I can't keep. It's so frustrating. Like, I don't think people understand how bad this is going to get. You can't keep doing this over and over and over again without there being consequences. When I tell you there's going to be blood in the streets, that could be entirely avoided. Entirely avoided. Me and people that are on the same wavelength as me have been saying for like 10 years, this left-wing agitation and violence has to stop. If it does not stop, it'll keep escalating and escalating. Now they're shooting at cops and law enforcement and feds. They're trying to ram them with vehicles. What do you think is going to happen? Eventually, the feds, the government is going to say, you know what? We're not going to die anymore. We're not going to get shot at anymore. We're not going to risk our lives anymore. We're going to fight back. Who do you think is going to win? These really fucking annoying Karens with their phones in your face, in the police's face? Or the federal law enforcement with guns and body armor and all other means of tactical equipment and tools? It's going to be ugly. And it's not going to be one of these situations where everyone is crying. The entire world weeps. Oh my gosh, they're killing these protesters. It will be met with celebration. That's what I'm afraid of. That's what's going to happen. You're going to have people screaming, yes, finally, somebody is stopping this madness. Finally, I can go outside. I can go drive on the highway, drive on the streets, and go to work unmolested, uninterrupted. I don't have to deal with this anymore. And I'm telling you right now, I am begging and I am praying that these people stop. That they say, you know what? This is a little too much. Let's peacefully protest. We're not going to block them anymore. We're not going to get into their face. We're not going to dox them. We're not going to follow them in our vehicles. We're not going to do any of that. We're just going to stand on the sidewalk with our signs and protest. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to vote. We're going to advocate and we're going to vote. That's what I hope they do. Unfortunately, we know that that's not going to happen. That's not what they're going to do. They're going to continue to escalate. They're going to continue to attack federal law enforcement, and it's going to keep getting worse. It's so incredibly frustrating. Okay, you're calling the police Nazis. First of all, USCG. This is the actual Coast Guard. This is military. Because this is the base, the road to the base. They're saying this is ICE. This is military. United States Coast Guard. I just, oh my God. Oh my God. Bro, I can't handle this. I'm telling you right now, I've been trying to warn people for years. I really am. What do you think is going to happen when you attack the military of the United States of America? Do you really think they're just going to be like, oh, these are unarmed protesters? They're going to fucking kill you, bro. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Stop. This isn't ICE. Can you all not read? USCG. This is Coast Guard. Bro. Just all I'm gonna leave that right here is I'm telling you right now, do not be surprised when these people start getting killed and they're gonna be crying, oh my God, it's happening, the fascist takeover is happening, after years of these people attacking, poking, and prodding, pushing people into the corner, calling the people that are being attacked, the faction, the conservatives that have been attacked, the centrists that have been attacked, the law enforcement that have been attacked over and over and over again for over a decade. And then when people start fighting back, they're going to play victim. Oh my God, we told you there were Nazis the whole time. Oh my gosh. Why? Why is this happening to us? And when that does happen, I know that is the human thing. You're going to see it on the TV. You're going to see it on your phones. And you're going to be like, holy shit. That person's head is blown off. It is half blown off. 57 protesters, or they're going to call them protesters, are in the street and there's blood everywhere. There's just bodies. Holy shit, how did this happen? And I'm telling you right now, all of this could have been avoided. It still can be avoided if they just stop right now. Just stop. Go home. Go get a job. Stop. I'm begging you, please stop. Because I don't want anyone to die. We don't want anyone to die. We just want to live peacefully. We want to continue our lives. But they are in this delusional death cult spiral. They think that the far right has taken over America when they're just simply enforcing the laws that have been on the books for generations. Nothing new is happening here except them. They are the new one. They are the new thing. Them attacking federal law enforcement is new. They are the problem, and they don't understand that. Let me see, is there anything else? Keep scrolling. What is happening? You don't want to know what I'm looking at. It looks like somebody in a Ring camera shooting at somebody outside of their front door, and he's
Where's your gun?
He only has a shirt on.
Where the fuck was this key?
Where was your gun? They broke into it. I looked on the camera. I seen the camera. I'm like, who in the driveway? Cause I'm hearing some people in the back. So I'm like, I'm about to get on the camera real quick, and I see him get in the truck.
He's not
I'm like,
wearing any. Well, they got their house broken into. Anyway, all right. Running out of time for this stream, folks. So I appreciate everyone that's on here. We've got about 8 more minutes. Well, let's see. Is there anything else that I can find? All right, this is completely random and has nothing to do with the Portland or the California stuff. But let me pull this up real quick.
Now I'm freaked out. We got Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that's nasty. Because they flavor inject with water. Everything has water in it now. Like the fact that her sandwich just squirted is nasty, bro.
Now I'm freaked out. We got Chick-fil-A.
I love Chick-fil-A, but you can tell it has way too much filler in it. San Francisco. This was 16 hours ago. This is 2 ICE agents hospitalized after another vehicle ramming attack in Arizona. Like, come on, man. This was yesterday.
Avondale tried to stop a car with a man or 2 men that they were interested in. Homeland Security says this all started when those 2 officers tried to stop that car. They say the driver then kept going to their home, which is in this area here in Avondale. Homeland says when they got to that home, the 2 people in that car rammed into the officer's car. They got out and ran inside, which created this barricade situation. Now, eventually, ICE agents, we were told, arrested who they were.
This is just out of control, man. Where is Broadview? Broadview ICE facility. Where is that? Is this California? Let me look it up. Broadview ICE. I could spell. Chicago. Broadview ICE facility is in Chicago, Illinois. Or, well, Broadview, Illinois, but Chicago. All right, so nothing's happening there. What? This is weird, bro. There's actual, like, it's partially submerged and there's fish. That's so weird. Okay. Is that real?
Let him know right now, Patrick. Yes, he's out there. He's out there right now. Shots fired. Shots fired. He's shooting at officers.
Oh my gosh.
Let him know right now, Patrick. He's shooting at officers.
This is California
Yes, this
for
is a
you.
very dangerous pursuit. News chopper
Good old
first
California.
high-speed pursuit. This person is
Looks like he had a
armed,
massive
has been shooting
revolver.
at law enforcement officers and the public as well. We're on eastbound Washington right now from the 5 freeway. Look at that person shooting at officers right now. Look at that.
He's got a hand cannon.
Eastbound Washington approaching.
That's insane, bro. All right. So as we wrap up here, does anyone have any comments, questions, or concerns? It's been really quiet on the comments, but a significant amount of views. Does anyone have any comments, questions, concerns, anything that they saw happen, anything that's brought up? Yeah, they are. This is a lie. Daniel Goldman says nobody is suggesting that ICE agents should be arrested for properly doing their job. Yes, they are. But when they arrest U.S. citizens without a warrant or probable cause, what U.S. citizens are being arrested? Do you have a list of any of the people that have been arrested, the U.S. citizens that have been arrested without a warrant or probable cause? This is what I'm saying is like they're just making stuff up. Name one single U.S. citizen that has been arrested wrongfully. Because they can't. They can't name anything. This is AI generated. I mean, it's pure chaos, and it doesn't make any sense. How it's like this weird dimension, like everything keeps shifting like a fever dream. It's cool though. So local police, Portland police, are working with activists to gather information against the feds. I don't know about this racial stuff, but not this lady again. How about this? We'll close out the stream with this ridiculousness. She's going to make a mess. Okay, girl. You look at the people in the background. They're like, what the fuck is happening? Bro. Okay. All right, folks. Well, a lot has been happening today. Like I said, if you missed the first part of the stream, please go back and watch it. It's wild what's been happening. I appreciate everything that everybody has been doing. Just simply having eyes on the channel helps spread the word and the message of what I'm trying to do here is get the truth out and hopefully change the way things are. So thank you so much for watching, if indeed you still are, and I will see